Kreb cycle, also called as citric acid cycle, also called as TCA cycle. Since it was discovered by Hans Kreb, it is called as Kreb cycle. The first stable compound formed here is citric acid, and that's why it is also called as citric acid cycle. The compound consists of 3 carboxyl group, and that's why it is also called as TCA cycle, that is tricarboxylic acid cycle. Glucose undergo glycolysis to form 2 molecules of pyruvic acid. Glucose is 6 carbon compound, pyruvic acid is 3 carbon compound. Further, pyruvic acid undergo oxidative decarboxylation. Oxidative means removal of hydrogen and decarboxylation means removal of carbon dioxide. So here it forms acetyl. This acetyl combines with coenzyme A and it forms acetyl coenzyme A. So let's now start with the actual process. Oxaloacetic acid, which is 4 carbon compound, combines with acetyl coenzyme A. It's a 2 carbon compound. With addition of water and removal of coenzyme A, it forms citric acid. Since oxaloacetic acid is 4 carbon compound, acetyl coenzyme A is 2 carbon compound, citric acid is 6 carbon compound. This citric acid gets dehydrated, removal of water, and it forms cis-aconitic acid. It is 6 carbon compound. Now there is rehydration. Addition of water and cis-aconitic acid get isomerized to isocitric acid. It is 6 carbon compound. Isocitric acid get oxidized. There is removal of hydrogen and it forms oxalosuccinic acid. It is also 6 carbon compound. So repeat again. Here there is oxidation, removal of hydrogen. So here isocitric acid forms oxalosuccinic acid. It is a 6 carbon compound. Oxalosuccinic acid get decarboxylated. There is removal of carbon dioxide. So now here alpha ketoglutarate acid is formed. Since there is removal of carbon dioxide, alpha ketoglutarate acid consists of 5 carbon atom. Further, alpha ketoglutarate acid undergoes oxidative decarboxylation. Oxidative means removal of hydrogen, decarboxylation, removal of carbon dioxide, and with addition of coenzyme A. Here, succinyl coenzyme A is formed. Since there is removal of carbon dioxide, succinyl coenzyme A is 4 carbon compound. So repeat again. Alpha ketoglutarate acid undergoes oxidative, that is removal of hydrogen, and decarboxylation, removal of carbon dioxide, and with the addition of coenzyme A, it forms succinyl coenzyme A, which is 4 carbon compound. Succinyl coenzyme A forms succinic acid. So here there is removal of coenzyme A. From succinyl coenzyme A, GDP, that is guanosine diphosphate, forms GTP. In this process, 1 ATP molecule is formed. So your succinic acid is formed, which is 4 carbon compound. Succinic acid get oxidized to fumaric acid. Here, in oxidation, there is removal of hydrogen. But this hydrogen is accepted by FAD to form FADH2. In this process, 2 ATP molecules are formed. One more thing, you can see over here, isocitric acid get oxidized. There's removal of hydrogen This hydrogen is accepted by NAD to NADH2. In this process, 3 ATP molecules are formed. And here, when alpha ketoglutaric acid get oxidized, here there is removal of hydrogen. This is accepted by NAD to NADH2. And here also 3 ATP molecules are formed. What I mean to say, when NAD is hydrogen acceptor, 3 ATP molecules are formed. And when FAD is hydrogen acceptor, 2 ATP molecules are formed. This will study in electron transport system. Now fumaric acid gets hydrated to malic acid. Here there is addition of water. So malic acid is formed. It's a 4-carbon compound. And malic acid get oxidized to oxaloacetic acid. Here there is removal of hydrogen accepted by NAD to form NADH2. And here 3 ATP molecules are formed. Total here 12 ATP molecules are formed. That you can see here 3 ATP molecules are formed over here. Then 3 ATP molecules are formed over here. 1 ATP molecule here. 2 ATP molecules over here. And 3 ATP molecules over here. The total there are 12 ATP molecules. When one acetyl coenzyme A enters into Krebs cycle, 12 ATP molecules are formed. So when 2 acetyl coenzyme A enters into Krebs cycle, 12 into 2, 24 ATP molecules are formed. And this is actually electron transport system. So let's see in short. OAA combines with acetyl coenzyme A to form citric acid. There's addition of water. It gets dehydrated to cis-aconitic acid, which get hydrated to isocitric acid, which get oxidized to oxalosuccinic acid, which further get decarboxylated to alpha ketoglutaric acid, which undergo oxidative decarboxylation to succinyl coenzyme A with addition of coenzyme A. Succinyl coenzyme A forms succinic acid, which further forms fumaric acid, which further forms malic acid, and malic acid get further oxidized to oxaloacetic acid. So this was all about Krebs cycle, that is citric acid cycle, that is TCA cycle.